Well, guess I'll get started. Find it a little weird to talk into a mic, not knowing if anybody's listening or if this mic is even working. Did a little bit of testing before I got started. Everything seemed to check out. Maybe it's not so weird to talk to myself from time to time when nobody's here anyway. So thought I would start sharing some of my workouts. I'm trying to be an arm wrestler, trying to also stay in shape, and kind of document my journey a little bit. All right. So I'm old. I'll be 38 this month, so I have to do a lot of warming up before I get started. Get the blood pumping, get the blood moving. And here it goes, I guess. We'll start with some core work. Oh, I think you can barely see me. So some cable crunches. Typically do 4 sets of 25 and get up to 100. And now I am going to superset that with the infinity rope. Whew. I'm going to do 4 sets of that too. I'll do 4 sets of the crunches and the infinity rope. And this should feel nice and warmed up after that. This is pretty strange doing this for the first time. I don't know how those YouTube guys do it. Feel so comfortable doing it. Have a really budget setup too, so I apologize if it's a little janky. If things get a little bit better with this YouTube stuff, I'll work on it, improve some quality. Whew. I want to do some stuff for my hands too. Make us fit that in this little circuit. Being an arm wrestler is interesting. You do all these really quirky exercises like this one, just like some thumb pumps or something. You just bring your thumbs in like this. Okay. And now I'll hold them in there like that and just kind of pull on it a little bit. Ooh, it's burning. Whew. And I have the old-fashioned grippers. These are pretty annoying. Well, this one is because it's all rusted. But I've had it for, gosh, like maybe 20 years. It is a COC. It was given to me by a good friend of mine. Hope he's doing well. Yeah, you can see it's pretty annoying to just, I don't know if you can hear that or not, but keep in mind this is all just to help me warm up for the big lifts later. In case you're wondering, this is just a trainer. It's nothing crazy. It's not like 200 or 300 pounds. I think it's maybe like 100, if that. Just do both hands. All right. And the last little bit I'll do for my thumb is I'll take a tennis ball and I'll just drive my thumb into it like this. See if I can get a good angle. Yeah, just boop. It's already burning. I'll just hold the last little rep in there, just push it in there and hold it for 5 seconds. Whew, switch. Hold it in there. 3, 4, 5. Okay, now just rinse and repeat. Start with the core stuff first. There goes my tennis ball, somewhere in the abyss. Go up and wait just a tad bit. Okay. I'll superset that with this again. Take a short little break. Take my necklace off. I'm not sure if it's hitting the mic or not. I apologize. It's my first time using this stuff. Whew. Starting to feel a bit warmed up. So, I have a cat, and he is very much in a playful mood right now. He's hiding and looking at me and watching me. He's got the zoomies a little bit, so you might see him here in a moment. Hey man, what you doing over there? You trying to be sneaky? Huh? What I've come to realize in arm wrestling is that, and the whole reason why I started incorporating abs into my workout, or core I should say, is that when I'm on the table, I would say that probably the weakest link would be, your hand and your elbow flexors. Really, the primary mover is the core. You're setting up nice and tight, right? And the ideal thing is to be as close to your body as possible, and as high as possible. You're just driving to the side with your core, twisting with your core, coming over. And so this has got to be strong. And then of course, if you're weak, or if you're weaker than your opponent, when you're coming to the side, your arm will just open up. So what's up, man? You want to be in here, or he's just running away? Yeah, I just think that having a conditioned core is the necessity, man. What do you want? You want to come lay on my yoga pad, don't you? What are you doing? Oh yeah. You hear this little fella. Introduce you guys. This is Jareth. Little fur ball. Alright. He's looking at me like, dang, dude. Alright, do some more hand stuff. Never thought I'd be doing this kind of stuff. Here I am. Also too, it's interesting how every little thing in arm wrestling, or I should say, it's interesting how arm wrestling itself will just expose, all the little things that maybe you've neglected over the years of training, whether that's coming from bodybuilding or athletics or powerlifting. Things in the hand that maybe weren't so important before are now just very important. On the table, it all starts with the hand and your gripping. The match starts before the match starts, as they say. It starts when you're gripping up with your opponent. And the thumb strength becomes, very important. I'm still new to the sport. I've only competed in 2 competitions that were a year apart. So I'm on my 2nd year of taking this sport seriously and having my doubts with it and being super motivated and into it to, I don't know if this is for me. And I just want to see what happens if I don't quit. And basically making this video to just document the process and really feeling vulnerable, exposing myself to the public. But I do think that it's a way to hold myself accountable. And I'm always open to constructive criticism. And yeah, so anyway, more hand stuff. Sorry if this is annoying and loud, but I'll do this 2 different ways. I'll hold it like this, and then I'll hold it like this. Find it holding it like this is better for the first 2 fingers, and then holding it like this is good for the second 2 fingers. But it's got to be annoying. I'm sorry. Hands are starting to feel warmed up and strong. Okay. More thumb stuff. Tennis ball again. It's a really good way to get a pump in the thumb. I might show you guys later if I'm feeling good about it. Hold it for 5, 3, 2, 1. See if I can get some better lighting in here. I don't know if this will help or not. Oh yeah, much better. 5, 6, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. 3rd set of core. This is about, I think that's 115 or 110 on the stack. My thumbs are burning. Oh, my thumbs are on fire on that set. I do 50 more here. Okay. And I only do 3 sets of this because I'm already feeling warmed up enough. And I don't want to burn myself out too much. So why are thumbs important in arm wrestling? I'm not an expert. Like I said, I haven't been doing it very long, but what I can tell you is my experience is sometimes when I'm pulling with guys, my thumbs will just be on fire. And a lot of that is me just pushing down this way as I'm pronating, which if you guys don't know, pronating is the art of coming this way or from center to this way, or just holding that pronation in a static position so your hand doesn't get turned over into a supinated position like this. So when a guy has a hold your hand and he's trying to make you go this way, I find that pushing through my thumb really just activates that pronator. And having like a big thick thumb, not saying that I do, but also helps with the guy's ability to wrap his hand around your hand. The more real estate you have on your thumb, the more purchase they're going to have on your hand. Or, I mean, that's the idea, something like that. But yeah, so I would argue that every muscle is important in your hand. Whether it's the thumb muscle or the pinky muscles here, or just anything in your hand, really. The bigger it is, the harder time your opponent is going to have gripping your hand and getting a hold of you. So it was a muscle I had neglected for probably like the first 8 to 10 months of me getting involved in arm wrestling. But imagine, like most of you guys, we just immediately followed Devin Loret's advice and just started doing the Devin lift. So I just did that for some months, as well as just arm wrestle my friends and finding like a team to practice with. But after doing it so often, and you're just like, man, like, what are my other weaknesses? What do I really need to work on? And I believe it starts in the hand. They're all important, but being able to identify your own weaknesses is a strength in itself. My cat is going crazy. If my tripod falls, all of a sudden you guys are going to know why. Because he is just bolting in and out of here. He tends to get a little crazy when I work out. It's kind of cute. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Yeah, it's starting to feel much better. Also, not the best at this either, so I don't want you guys thinking like, oh, well, he's doing this to try to show off. This is just a trainer. I'm just doing it to warm up my hands. But I know plenty of guys that are doing like the 3s, 2s, and the 3s. I actually have a 3, and I can barely budget. And I also wouldn't get one of these with the idea of using this as a tool to get better at arm wrestling, because gripping, the concentric motion of gripping is not important or super relevant to arm wrestling. What is important in arm wrestling is containment of the hand and the ability to prevent your hand from getting opened up. So something like an isometric hold would be far more valuable than having crushing gripping strength, and in my opinion. Will your hand get stronger if you are doing concentric gripping strength techniques like the crusher? Yeah. Concentric movements do get you stronger, and they do give you a percentage value of isometric strength, but it's not going to be as good as just training in isometrics and then using that on the practicing table when you get to practice. Yeah. Two, three, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. Whew. Thumbs are starting to feel pretty darn good. So I'm just going to wait a minute, because the last time I did this, my thumbs were on fire during my core routine cable crunches. Don't forget to hydrate. What's up, little man? Yes? Would you like to come in here and work out with me? Would you like to be my arm wrestling partner? No? Bye. He's shy, but he's not shy, kind of thing. My thumbs are feeling pretty pumped. Nothing crazy, I guess, for the camera. And there's definitely some guys out there with crazier thumbs, but for me, that's the camera's not doing me justice. Just forget I showed you. Let's see what this actually is on. Oh, that's 121. So really, it's about 60 pounds. Nothing crazy. Okay. Oh, I'm feeling properly warmed up. So I'll get to my first couple arm wrestling specific exercises. Make sure this is still good. I literally just pulled these mics out of the box and just turned them on and started using them. So I am praying to God. I am praying to God that they are actually working and you guys can actually hear stuff and you don't just see me moving my mouth and nothing's coming out. I'd probably still post it and do like a voiceover or something. But that would be pretty awkward. I'm probably going to move this camera in a little bit closer so you can see what's actually going on. Okay, so many things in my bag. I'll show you guys that in a minute. Here's my little makeshift finger containment arm wrestling tool. If you guys follow any sort of arm wrestlers, you've probably seen them use these before. This is a 3D printed one that one of my good friends made for me. And you just kind of put your hand in it like this, and the weight tries to pull your fingers upward. So we're just trying to prevent that from happening. So I'll get that set up. From Easter over there. I think 60 or something. Get you moved in a little bit closer, fellas. Sorry. That's probably fine. Hello. So this is nothing crazy. It's like 60 pounds. And what I like to do is I'll start off by doing some rows because I still want to get some lat engagement, some scapula engagement, rear delt, all that stuff, just to pull down. Because you're basically doing that on the table. When you have the guy's hand, you want to be powerful here. Jeez, my cat is going crazy. He's got the zoomies, man. He must know I'm recording. He wants all the attention, always, all the time. Here he comes. Hey, man, why don't you take a chill pill? No? Okay. Anyway, so here goes. It's 15 reps. It feels pretty good today. Feeling a little bit of pain in my right wrist, but that's nothing new. I've had pain in my right wrist for some months now. It could happen doing some really heavy easy bar curls, hammer style, and then I would also do really heavy reverse wrist curls. And my right wrist was like, nah. Assuming that I continue to make videos for this channel, you guys will quickly see that not only do I like to lift, but at this point it just sounds like, oh, here's another one. But I also like to play games. And I think what's happening is with the placement of my right arm, being in control of the mouse, I think it puts my shoulder in a position like this, and it just bothers my wrist and my shoulder, especially after workouts. Feels like it just inflames the joints. So Could also just be me being almost 40 years old. My body just does not want to do that stuff anymore. So not really sure what that's about. So we're going to go from, what is it, 66 to 88. But yeah, it's starting to feel a little bit better. I backed off of the heavy hammer curls and the heavy reverse curls. And it's starting to feel a little bit better these days. I'm going to do some dead hangs too. I'm going to have to move my monstrous bench out of the way. Boop, boop. You guys can't see it, but I do. Let's see if I can point this thing up real quick. So I'll do some dead hangs on that 3D printed piece there that says the Daily Fitness. Then I also do some dead hangs, on the regular bars themselves. And then where you see the chalk there with my fingerprints, that's basically like a 2x4 sort of like ledge thing. I'll do some dead hangs there, like in my fingertips, just to get a little bit more variety. Because a lot of guys will just put their hands like right over the bar and get their knuckles up over the bar, and I think that's fine for a while. But in arm wrestling, it's not so fine because you're never going to have your knuckles up over someone, and if you do, you're probably in a winning position. So I like to train right now. I like to train in a not so winning position because I feel like being strong in that not so winning position is good for eventually getting into a winning position where your knuckles go from straight this way to, if you're like this and you're here, you're usually winning, right? So it's important to have strength here so you can maybe get into your position, whatever it is, wherever you want to go, whether it's outside, inside. I think I'm more of an inside puller than an outside puller. Haven't had much success top rolling or posting up or anything like that. People say that I have good wrist flexion, to be determined. But anyway, more with the workout. Ooh. 5, 6, 7. Ooh, that's still feeling pretty good. Some pain in my right elbow now. Jeez, I'm just all over the place. 3. Okay. So I usually, at 110 on this stack, I start going to about 5 or 6 reps. And then I'll just slowly get heavier and heavier, and I'll do like some singles, and I'll start doing some isometrics and just holding it for as long as I can. Usually about 10 seconds or so. Okay, let's do about a 20-second hold. I think that was about 20 to 25 on the super skinny handles. I'm putting these 2 knuckles, I'm putting the bar right underneath this knuckle here, just in between those 2 digits. Trying not to get my knuckles on top of the bar or my hand on over the bar like a false grip. I really just want it setting into these knuckles. And then when I do the holds on the 2x4 metal piece up there, I'll put it more on these fingers here, on the tips and whatnot. A lot of rock climbers like to do that. And those guys are animals. So. I imagine this is probably pretty boring for a lot of you guys. So if you are watching and you do care, I appreciate it. This is my first time ever doing this. So I'm a little nervous. I don't know if you could tell, I probably can, just talking in circles, I guess. But nothing glamorous here. This is literally just my home gym, and I'm just training to be an arm wrestler. That's it. I'm not gonna flex all the time. I'm not gonna take off my shirt every chance I get. Oh. Okay, so this is 110 pounds, so I don't know, maybe 50 pounds actual weight. See how the left hand feels. I'm not chalked up just yet, so this thing is pretty slippery. Yeah, it's brutal. Why am I so weak? Oh, it sucks, man. Wish I'd have spent way more time in my younger years doing that kind of stuff. Maybe rock climbing or something. I was just so obsessed with bodybuilding and trying to get strong in all the conventional lifts like bench press. Well, mostly bench press. Just like 90% of guys in the gym. I think it's fine if you want to do that. It's always fun to have a fitness goal, but had I known that I wanted to arm wrestle. Yeah, my hands and my forearms are starting to feel used. That's the best way to put it. So now I'm going to do a dead hang on the 2x4 with no chalk. There's a little bit of chalk just already up there, but my hands are somewhat sweaty. Let's see what happens. So it's going to be on the fingertips. About 15 seconds there. There's a lot of pain in my fingertips through in here. Maybe you can see the indentations or not, but it's just like the metal like just pushing right into that. Yeah, I'm being a crybaby. Just does not feel good, but I still think it's worth something to do it anyway. Might be time to chalk up too. I don't know about you guys, but workouts just don't feel the same unless you're chalked up, you know? Just a little dab. Watch what this does. What's up? Super chalked up now. I think this will help a little bit. Not a lot, but it does help on the grips. See him? Say hello. Hey. All right, I will try 121. At this point, I'm just interested in just moving the weight, doing the lift. I might try to do like an isometric hold for 5 or 6 seconds, whatever, but if I can move the weight without my fingers opening up, I still think that is worth something. So here goes. Fingers opening up a little bit there. Oh, my right hand is so much better. What in the world? I have some difficulties, fellas. I am right-handed, but my last 2 competitions, I arm wrestled left-handed. Throughout all my grade school, high school era of arm wrestling people, it's always been right hand. Just been beating people. What's up, dude? Trying to square up with me, man? Looks like you're trying to square up, bro. One cat is going nuts. And they arm wrestle different. Like, you won't let me talk. You're coming in here with your tail all puffy, man. What's gotten into you, sir? Can I talk to them, please? Anyway, my right wrist flexion and my finger containment is much better on the right hand. And my left hand finger containment and wrist flexion is not good in comparison. But my left rising and pronation is better on my left. My right riser and pronator is just awful. So there's that. All right, I'm going to try to do maybe 1 or 2 sets at this weight, just moving the weight. And then I'm going to get into some actual wrist flexion exercises. And that's going to lead into some pull-ups on my 3D printed attachment up there. It's going to put my pull-ups in my fingers like this. I'll show you guys that here in a second. It's going to make me do pull-ups like this pretty much. If I feel good, I'll do some weighted variations. If not, I'll just do like 5 sets of 5 or something on that. My wrists might feel pretty blasted from the wrist flexion exercise. I'll show you guys here in a second too. So, come on, left hand. Oh, that's easy. Oh no, it's not. It's not easy. Oh, my left elbow. Come on. Let's do another one. Barely. Watch how much easier it is on the right. Oh my gosh. Yeah. That's a big difference. I wonder if it's because I WASD on my left hand all the time and it just doesn't allow it to recover like it should. I'm really interested in finding out the correlation between exercise and gaming in terms of what sitting in the chair long hours and gaming long hours does to your body. Um, of course, a lot of people probably already figured out that it makes them stiff, but um, is it actually detrimental? Right now, I'm kind of in the camp of yes, it is, but I also don't want to give it up because it's a huge part of who I am. And then, I have this dilemma of, do I want to put all my eggs in this arm wrestling basket, or do I want to do, workouts, exercises, and fitness and gaming? Um, yeah. Anyway, stuff to think about. That's for sure. All right. I think I might be done with this. We'll just move on to wrist flexion now. This is the guy. So most guys in the gym will use something like this to do their pull downs, or most of the time it's like seated rows or something. But this is spinning. Probably, I don't know if you can see that, but you can see it's like on bearings. And so it's a great way to, as you're pulling down, you can start like this where the weight is like in your fingers. And then as you're pulling down, you go into wrist flexion. And this, never tried it, it will blast your wrists. So there's 120 on there now, which is like 60 pounds. I'll probably get like 25, 30 reps of this. It's starting to burn. Ooh. Oh my gosh. That's absurd. Whew. I may finish off today's exercise with, or workout with, some supinated bicep stuff. Mainly because it just makes a little bit more sense to me to do some wrist flexion with supinated bicep stuff. I just feel like pretty much everybody can agree that when you're in a hook war like this, and you pull over, having a good bicep strength there or endurance to just hold is important. So I like to train them both on the same day. Then when I do pronating and riser stuff, I typically just do like more brachialis work or radial brachialis work, even reverse curls. I might do on the same day as my extensors. So I try to make it make sense. I'm still working on finding the balance of what actually makes sense, what works and what doesn't work. Again, I'm still new to this, so figuring it all out as I go. So we're gonna bump that up to 150. Whew. I feel like this would be much easier if I had like a live audience, people I could talk to while I'm making these workouts or doing these workouts, making these videos. I just think that like I always have to fill in the gaps of silence with something, but YouTube will not let me make live videos until I have 50 subscribers. A little strange, but whatever. Because it lets me do live videos of my gaming, but it won't let me do live videos with my phone. So that's a little interesting. My cat is trying to fight my feet. What's up, dude? Try to square up? Yeah. Run back to your litter box. Sheesh. Forearms are starting to get a little bit pumped. I imagine the lighting in here on the phone doesn't do a great job of making me look buff. What's up, man? What's up, little man? He's really trying to fight me right now. Okay, set two. I think I'm going to add in a little bit of rowing on this. Sorry if I'm hitting the mic. My forearms are on fire. Oh, Lord. Give me a second. I haven't done this exercise in a few weeks. Oh. Okay. My third set is going to be the whole stack. I'm going to try to do 3 to 5 reps, 3 to 5 sets of 5 reps with the whole stack, just being in this position here. I just feel like this is almost a one-to-one position of where you'd be on the table. And of course, you would want to have your wrist more this way than this way if you're an inside puller, I think. A lot of guys kick out the wrist this way so they can pronate and go outside. In a perfect world, though, I'd like to set up like this with a little bit of wrist flexion, or just get here as soon as possible. So anyway, I think it's a pretty good way to just train to be strong right here and right here. I'm not sure if you guys can hear his little paws on the ground, but he is just running back and forth like a little madman. Here he comes again. Oh my gosh. Maybe one day I'll do a stream with just him. Can I help you, sir? Would you like something to play with? Oh God. I forgot how to drink water. Are you gonna come or what? He is so focused. Locked in, as the kids say. Let's see if he takes the bait. He is not taking the bait. Fine. See, I wanted to play with you, and then you just sit there. But when I start talking to these guys, you want all the attention. Ooh. Apologies for the coughing. Dang, my freaking forearms are filled with blood right now. Kind of. Getting there. Getting there. All right. This is going to be a heavy sit. Ah. Oh, damn. Yep. 5 reps, all I can muster. It's like 220 on there. I really wish I knew the secret on how all these guys are getting so dang strong. As it's been a couple years now, and I feel like I'm just inching, like just bit by bit, maybe getting a little bit stronger, but it's not really a lot. Kind of crazy. All my arm wrestling buddies just say that, you know, it takes some years in the game and whatnot, but you always hear about these phenoms that are just like day one, just beating everybody. Why can't that be me? I don't know. They say hard work beats talent. I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see. Is Mike still on? Yeah. Where are we at? An hour into the video already? Sheesh. If there's anyone out there that has made it this far, you a real one, man. And I appreciate you. You might be the only person I'm talking to right now besides myself and my cat. So I do appreciate it. And I plan on making a series of these videos too, so you know, if you're wondering like, why isn't he doing this exercise or that exercise or this exercise or that exercise? Well, it's really hard to do every single arm wrestling exercise in one workout. And so I've been trying my best to just break them up throughout the week and add them in as much as I can. So you'll probably just see that stuff in like another video, but today is more just some back work, some wrist flexion work, some finger containment stuff, and I will be doing some supination here at the end. And I might even do some just static bicep holds in the supinated position like this with like a thick grip, just to kind of like emulate having your wrist turned over and just being strong here. But that's it. Because I need to make sure, number one, I'm not sore because I'm a personal trainer. So I'll go to the gym tomorrow and I have to rack and re-rack weight, and I have to be, somewhat functional for those days. So anyway, that sounds like a good excuse. I'm just going to work out. Here's another set. Come on. Ooh. Ooh. Oh yeah. That gets right into the fingers, man. Sheesh. You just like set it down like into your lats, which is really nice. And then it's just like you start off with it into your fingertips, as high as you can go without losing your grip. And then you just, from here, you're just literally just trying to get your knuckles up over it. Boom. Into the fingertips. Boom. My cat just skibbity papped my toes while I was doing that. He really does not want me to talk to you guys. Whatever. Little fella. I might actually get like a second camera installed so you guys can see what's going on by my feet. I'm happy that he's happy. So if you're an arm wrestler and you're watching this video, what do you find? I find it difficult, and it might just be a practice thing. It might just be like a level gap thing or a strength gap thing, but most guys that I arm wrestle, I would say 90% of them are all, posting top rollers, and they go outside. And a lot of the times their hands are bigger and they got longer levers. So I find it very difficult to get the jump to come inside this way. I feel like by the time I'm doing this, they're already just attacking my fingers. They're hitting outside and just get opened up and just taken. What do you think is the best route to prevent that from happening? And what techniques do you practice on and off the table? And, for me, I tend to think it is a finger containment thing. Because if I can get here with my wrist flexed, I think the only thing that could happen from this position is that your fingers get opened up. Your fingers will get opened up first and then your wrist usually, I guess. Or unless your fingers are so strong and your wrist goes first and then your fingers. Sounds odd to me. I'm not sure. But yeah. What do you guys do to prevent that? And, are there some things in this workout that maybe you do, or you're like, oh, that's never thought of doing that before, like, I don't know, dead hangs on the 2x4, or, that little finger containment 3D printed piece that I have. I find that it has been helping me a little bit with my right hand, left hand not so much. But if there's something I'm missing that you guys might think that will help, please let me know. I'm trying to get better, and I just want to know the answers. Anyway, set number 3. Come on. 1, 2, 3. One more. Oh boy. That's tough. All right, we'll leave it at 3 sets. Still got a couple more exercises to go yet. So this is another thing that I like to use for wrist flexion strength. It's just a fat grip. You can see that it's like bigger than normal. Most arm wrestlers will put their thumb on the outside like that. Yeah, so probably use this for just some bicep stuff here. I'm going to probably start off by doing one of these and get it onto my bicep. and kind of like, you know, extend out a little bit this way and try to bring it back in. Just do some reps like that just to kind of warm up the bicep and include some wrist flexion. Then I'll go into some, I'm gonna put the pulley down here and just do like some really heavy bicep isometric holds like this. And probably finish, or I may even do at first some just some pull-ups on that 3D printed piece up there. I'll move the camera so you can see it a little bit better. I'm short, so I have to use a little boosty chair. Done at me. Okay. Let's see if I can tilt this up without breaking anything. Yeah, there we go. So that little piece in the center there is a, dang. Can I just, fine, it's being a little difficult. There we go, I'll just do that. So that little piece right here, just a 3D printed piece. One of my friends made this for me. And so what this is, at least in my mind, attempting to do is it's going to put some of the pressure on my fingertips. It's not exactly like grippy here, kind of slippery. But I like doing pull-ups like this. Yeah, it's just another way to train like finger containment strength, at least in my mind, as well as to, you know, warm up the elbow flexors and get a good lat workout in. If I do like 5 sets of 5 with this, my lats are pretty sore the next day, so we'll see. Oh, it's been a month or two since I've done pull-ups, so I'm pretty much showing off for you guys. Shoulder does not feel good either. All right, here we go. Nothing. Okay. All right. Oh. 10 reps. Yeah. My shoulder, it does not like that very much, but it's just mostly here in the trap, into my supraspinatus. And the trap, some of my rotator cuff stuff is not good on my right arm, unfortunately. But that's okay. I'm just getting blood in there, and I'm not training it specifically. Geez, he is not stopping. Dude, what are you doing? Can I make a video? Do I have your permission, Mr. Sir? Whew. Actually, a bit surprised that I got 10 reps there. Probably won't do weighted stuff because my shoulder doesn't feel great, but I think just doing pull-ups like that is good enough. This is my gym. This is my home gym. We call it Frenchie around here. It's by French Fitness. I don't know if you see that. And that's all my attachments there. You can see hanging on it. I have some more, but maybe I'll give you guys a tour on another video or something. I also have an outdoor gym, but it's been summer for a while, and in Arizona, summertime is brutal. And I am super pale. You can't tell because I have some lighting, red lighting in here, but if I go outside in the summertime, I'm going to be cooked, man. My cat is wild. This is not good lighting. What are you doing? I'm just going to shut the door because he's getting a little bit too rambunctious. See if this helps with lighting. Oh, much better. Be sure to stay hydrated during your workouts, people. It's one of the quickest ways to injury. All right, let's see if I can get another 10 reps. Oh, my shoulder. Oh, okay. Yeah. It's literally just my shoulder giving me problems. Oh, geez, sorry. I think this mic is still on, yep. Just trying to stretch it out a little bit. It is tight. I don't know about you guys, but I am a side sleeper, so anytime I sleep on my right side, I just wake up super stiff in my shoulder. My cat is right by the door. He wants in so bad. If you're not an arm wrestler and you're watching this video, just for whatever reason, what are you into? Are you into bodybuilding? Are you into powerlifting, sprinting, some other sports? Are you into, yeah, what are you into? Why are you here? And maybe something, are you a rock climber even? I know that there are some guys that arm wrestle that actually come from rock climbing, and those guys just have ridiculously strong fingers and hands, and it just seems impossible to break their hand open. It's like they always just have control of your hands. One day I'd like to build just like a rock climbing, just kind of wall in here, just kind of practice on it or something. We'll see what happens. Sheesh, okay, getting tired. All right, I'll try to do 10 more. Oh, okay. Oh man, those last two sucked. Ooh, I love you guys back. We'll just go right here. Okay, I think you should be able to see me just fine now. I'm not gonna do 200 pounds, that's for sure. I'll set this belt up over here too. Super slept on piece of equipment. This is just it's a belt. It's a D-ring belt. It has like those things you just, you know, if you're just go like this and it's just a normal belt. I think this is a great tool to help with arm wrestling. You could just connect it to any carabiner, and I'll see if I can set it up so you guys can see. All right. So yeah, you could do just like rising over the knuckle here, over that knuckle. Just set it here like this, and it's just like boom. Or you can go over the hand like this and just do pronation work. Boom. Or what I'm going to do today is I'm going to set it up in my hand like this. I'm going to do some supination. So boom, here. Boom. Boom. But first I'll start with a fat grip. And I'm just going to do some of this. So I like to let my hand get kicked back that way. Let my elbow flexors open up just a little bit and just bring it back. Just like that. Okay. It's not very much weight, but it's just enough to get these guys warmed up a little bit. I'll do the same here, except I'm going to be doing supination first. Same on this side. I don't know how to get that in the camera properly, but hopefully you guys just can understand. Oof. Yeah. And within the first set of that, I can already feel some blood getting into the biceps a little bit. And then for those of you who don't know, the bicep is just responsible for multiple different things. It's not just to do, you know, really heavy bicep curls, but also this motion here. It's called supinating. Just by doing this, you can see that the bicep is moving. And that isn't me just flexing the bicep, that's me just turning my pinky in. Yep. really important strength to have in arm wrestling, just to be able to hold that in. But there's a lot more nuances, but it's not a problem to just be working on that individually, because on your other days you're going to have your pronation work too. And if you are in a hook war with someone, you also don't want to lose your pronating. So it's a really odd balance of cupping in, having that supinating strength, but also having your pronating strength, so that way you don't get turned over this way. But if you do get turned over this way, you could still rely on your wrist flexion. Your supinating can still be a weapon, as well as maintaining your elbow flexion, which is why we're going to do some heavy curls a little bit. And maybe you might be able to hold this position long enough for your opponent to get tired, and you might be able to transition to where you have your shoulder behind your hand and move into a press to get you a victory that way. So we're going to try to leave no stone unturned. Let's go a little bit heavier. It's actually feeling pretty darn good today. I'm not really sure what the best angle for this is. Sorry, fellas. Let's maybe go up a couple notches here. I am getting tired. Okay, so this is going to be quite a bit heavier. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off like this, and then I'll let it get me into that eccentric position, and then try and pull it back if I can. Sorry for my faces. I can't help it. We'll do the same thing on this hand. Whew. 6, 7, 8. My left supination is nowhere near as good as my right. Not even close. Oh man. All right, I'm gonna do maybe one more set of this. We'll move up to 77 on that, and probably do the same on this. If there are a couple of guys that are, day one and following my journey, I just want to say now that I am grateful. First and foremost to God, and then all my other close friends and family that have really just been supporting me along my journey. I couldn't have had all of this and this setup if it wasn't for some of these people. You might even be watching the video, so I just want to say thanks, Jorge. Thanks, Assad. Thanks, Roxanne. Thanks, Sierra. Those are just the names off the top of my head. I am so grateful that I can be doing this. And I hope that one day I can make you guys proud. Hope I can make myself proud. And I hope I can make God proud. And I will be documenting as much of this as I can. I'm not great in front of the camera. In fact, I tend to freeze up. I just competed at Arizona State Arm Wrestling Championship. And the moment that I saw that it was all going to be televised, there was a huge production, there was commentators, and there was cameras everywhere. Lots of people just got immediate anxiety. So I want to just break out of that fear and out of that anxiety. Start with this. I just want to be comfortable in front of the cameras. So I just appreciate you guys kind of watching me make a fool of myself from this first video or 2 or 3 or 5. And I'm hoping that next time I go to a real prestigious competition that I'll be much better about it and I can maybe get some wins for you guys. So appreciate you guys. This is not an outro. I'm not trying to close the video, but just thinking about it, I just want to make sure that I say it before I forget. So anyway, set number 3. Whew, losing my balance on that one a little bit. Six, 7, 10. Oh boy. I am tired. I have been fasting, intermittent fasting for the last 5 weeks. I went from 208 pounds to just the other day, I woke up at 189 pounds. So I'm in a calorie deficit. My goal is to get down to 176 pounds and compete at that weight bracket. I'm like 5'8" on a good day, guys. So I don't really consider myself a 200-pound human. My joints and my wrists are all kind of small. So I just think that I'll have a better chance of doing well at that weight category. Although I know that I'm not ignorant. I know that there are some crazy people in that weight category too, but I just think that for me, not only will I be healthier, I won't be super fat, I'll be lean, and I'll be competing in a weight category that seems a bit more fair for myself. Okay. Come on. This is going to be hard. Oh, yeah. Okay, that was heavy. Sheesh. Come on. Come on. Oh my gosh. Oh, such an interesting sensation. Just electricity just shoot up through my hand, through my elbow here. Just through all the way out my wrist. I don't know if you guys have ever experienced that, but whew, interesting. You guys are probably ready for me to end this, so I will do my very last exercise here, which is just some heavy supinated, just like some isometric holds with the bicep in my hand like this. I just want to be strong in this position just in case my wrist does ever get turned over. And believe me, it gets turned over a lot. There's a lot of guys out there with just tremendous pronating strength that I practice with, and those guys are all butt heads, but maybe one day I could put up a fight. Oh, sheesh. Give me a minute or two just to rest and recover. If anything, I'll cut this part out and speed up to the next part. And they actually do that throughout the whole video because I'm sure there are some parts where you guys don't really care about. So I just need a couple of minutes because this is going to be like the main exercise today. Oh man. Oh man. All right, I'm just gonna do it now. Okay, there is, what is that, 77 on the stack. So I'm just gonna go for some holds here. Use both my hands to lift it up, and I'll just hold it with the one at the top. Okay, so about 15 seconds there. Okay, not too bad. It's not as bad as I initially thought it was going to be. I could probably go up to at least 100 on this stack. Well, it says 99, so I don't know what that is. It's probably like 48 or 50 pounds, something like that. All you guys that are out there making these videos every single day, I give you guys a lot of props. I don't know how you do it day in and day out. It seems like a lot of work to make the video and have yourself be recorded and then uploading it, editing it, and all that stuff. And Maybe one day I'll get there, but shout out to you guys doing this day in and day out. Just trying to spread the message of fitness and strength and becoming the best version of yourself, strongest version of yourself. It's a noble pursuit. And yeah, if you're out there doing it, good for you. Trying to think of something else to say to break the silence. Gotta make sure you rest in between these sets, you know? Can't just go from one after the other just to think that you're gonna give the same amount of effort, or 100% effort or near 100% effort if you're not resting at least a couple minutes. If you're going for really high numbers, going for pure strength, you need like 100%, 110% in that red line. You got to give yourself like 5 minutes, man, in between sets. And I could feel myself kind of rushing through these sets because I'm being recorded, and it's weird, it's awkward to have like that downtime in between sets. I'm new to this, I don't really know what to say or do. But I'm definitely feeling it. My heart rate's up. It feels like I'm sweating on my back, and it just feels like it's not really conducive for strength training. But anyway, I just wanted to document the workout regardless. So we'll try 100 pounds. Come on, lefty. Oof. Okay, yeah. It's starting to get hard. Okay, that was about 15 seconds. Not too bad. Come on, righty. Okay, still feeling pretty good there. I guess for the third and final set, we'll try, what is this, 100? 110, so probably still too easy. 120. I'll go to 130. Ooh, excuse me. Yeah, I can definitely feel that right where I need to. I just think that there are times in arm wrestling when the guys are like pretty far opened up, but not quite opened up enough where they're losing the match. And if there's like a little bit of a sticking point, like right here, maybe that's about 90 degrees or so. Maybe that is, and I think that there are some strength here at that 90-degree angle. And I've seen a lot of guys just come back from that position. And I think it is important to have that isometric strength here if you do get turned over right at the beginning of the match, you can still hold your elbow flexors pretty tight if you have good strength there. And even if you get pulled open here, it's like if you've trained there, if you've done some heavy isometrics, heavy eccentrics, I think you still have a fighting chance. Who's to say if their endurance is better than yours, or they might gas out faster than you, and then there you go, you got a weapon, and you could just climb and figure out how to get back into the game. It's all useful. There's so much nuance in arm wrestling, which is a huge reason why I love the sport. There's a lot of different avenues to acquire checkmate, and it's awesome. Just like a one-on-one combat with different techniques, different arm sizes, different hand sizes, different lever lengths. It's amazing. Amazing. I remember when I was at Arizona State, there was this kid competing in my weight category. Luckily, I didn't pull against this guy, but he was just running over everybody. And I remember people in the audience just like talking shit. Like this guy is just skin and bones. He's just tall and lanky, and he was just top rolling everybody. He was this farmer kid. I don't know what his name is, but I remember standing in line next to him to get a shirt at the end of the event, and I just happened to see his hand, and his hand was just it was so long from here to here. Was just like it was like this, and his fingers were just thick, and his hand was just callous. It was like super callous. Like you just know that he ain't training with stuff like this. He's at the farm just picking up like bales of hay or something with them hands, man. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. Yeah, so here I am doing my best to try to get my hands as strong as possible, but I have very small hands and very small wrists. I do not have any advantages in arm wrestling, so I have to train as hard as I can to hopefully stand a chance against those guys like that. People like Hermes Gasparini and Vitaly Uletin, like those guys just have extremely gifted genetics. Their hands are just so big. Levon Sangashvili, his hand so thick, his wrist is so thick. I don't know how anybody can beat those guys. Devin, super long levers. Wild. Freaking wild. I'm going to stop yapping and do a set. All right, last set. I'm just going to try to hold this up as long as I can. And I'll try to control the eccentric as much as possible. I was getting lightheaded there. Woo. I don't know what that was, like maybe 8 seconds, 7 seconds. Sheesh. Come on. Give me something. Give me a second, guys. I am lightheaded. It's probably like 10:30 p.m. here. Last time I ate was around lunchtime. So I can definitely feel it. Anyway, if you have watched this video, I sound like a broken record, but thanks again. If you want to see this journey continue, if you want to watch me pursue the best version of myself, pursue the strongest version of myself, you're more than welcome to. If not, I completely understand. There's a lot of other cool people out there that are doing the same thing. I'm just another fish in the pond. maybe one day it'll get to the point to where I have an audience I can actually interact with you guys and maybe answer some questions. And I don't want to sound like a know-it-all, but I am a personal trainer and I have some skin in the game. And I decided just to go from an athletics background, in high school and then a little bit in college to a little bit of bodybuilding. Started going into personal training, and then found a passion in arm wrestling again. So, if you have any questions, I'll be happy to help. And if I don't know something, I'd be happy to find the answers with you guys. And if you just want to hang out and chit chat about fitness arm wrestling, I'm gonna talk all day about it. Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. So I feel like I'm yapping and kind of sense that I'm talking too much. And you guys are like, man, this guy needs to shut up. Well, thick skin and maybe do the whole like subscribe thing if you want. Yeah, go out and pursue the best and strongest version of yourself, guys. Do it before it's too late. Have a good one.